Hello, Sharpies. I am a person incommunicado.
And I'm Glenda the bad bitch.
Actually, I am carnation evaporated murk.
You know what? The light skin jokes we could write with that. I'm just saying.
With
Oh,
the
wait, if a
tan
light skin
melanin.
person gets ashy, are they powdered milk? That's what I want to know. Clip that. Oh my God, because I'm light skinned. I shouldn't be bringing my own people down like this.
So literally, while we're on the topic of ashiness, so literally when I was in college and I was doing some of my forays into comedy, I invented two pretend products and I did Adobe Illustrator renders of them.
Mm,
And the two products were Ashnomo
okay.
and Shine Stop.
Shh.
Shine Stop, yes. So it was is the flash from your forehead bright enough to guide planes home on a dark night? Did you graduate from the Charday School of Forehead Enhancement? We could use shine stuff and it would diminish the glittering flash when the sun hits your cranium. And then Ashnomo, pronounced like your mama would say it, was if people say that your nickname is Dusty or Ashley.
Not Ashley. Oh my God. I've got to call somebody Ashley in the next 48 hours.
And you use Ashnomo, and
Mm-mm.
it's a secret blend of
Ashton Kutcher.
ingredients, huh? Ashton Kutcher, including jojoba oil and all these other things. So that's where we were. And when we started talking about ashiness and if black people's ash is powdered murk, that or
Yeah.
white light skinned ash is powdered murk, that is
So
hilarious.
if you're just getting here, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. So this is an interesting show. We're going to try to keep things on a steady clip
Hmm.
because we've got some things to get through, and one of the biggest topics that is raging through the Al Gore's internets is wait times
Yeah.
because of TSA and the confusion between the TSA, which is under DHS, and ATC, which is under FTC.
Hmm.
So some people in their confusion were alleging that the tragedy at LaGuardia was related to TSA, and it is not.
Right.
It just isn't because TSA
That's not
is
how that works.
pre-flight and air traffic controllers, the ATC. That's because 3,000 of them were fired by Doge. So, and they've reduced the number of air traffic controllers, but upped the number of flights. So, how did you think that was going to work? It was
Right.
not going to work well, basically. So, but Joy, you have traveled more recently than I, and you've had to travel since all of these shenanigans have started. So, walk us through one of the busiest airports in the country, especially since they have like one place where you can get through security before you get on the train that takes you everywhere else.
Hmm.
How was travel for you on your latest adventure?
You can tell I'm in a hotel. I actually traveled today, and I will say Atlanta Airport is wild and well run. Like you walk in and you're like, what the, why? And it's okay. So we'll start with I parked my car. I got on a little parking ride to get over there. Now I will tell you, my flight was at 2 something. I
Okay.
got to the airport at 9:45 in the morning because I didn't want to mess around. The thing was, I had a meeting at 11.
Okay.
I couldn't leave after the meeting and get to the
Right.
airport with enough time. And I didn't want to be driving or trying to go through security. So I just like, I'm just going, 9:45. I should at least be through security by 11. Okay, so I get there. The bus from the little parking ride is like, what airline are you flying? This was such a Spike Lee moment. She said, "What airline is everybody flying? Y'all all flying Delta?" We're like, "Yeah, we all flying Delta. We're not dropping off at Delta today. So we're gonna drop you off on the other side of the airport. You gotta walk through. So it's cut through and go left." And then she dropped us off. If you only could drop us off at one place, why'd you
Why
ask?
ask?
Right. That's like, do you want white meat or dark meat? White meat. We don't have any white meat. Why'd you ask? Shout out to Spike Lee. And what was that? School Days. Anyway,
Yes.
so I get in the airport. Now I've been hearing people that have left on earlier flights say that when you get to the Atlanta airport, it's wrapped around outside. Matter of fact, my best friend Erica dealt with that. I want to say this weekend. She got there and it started at like bag check on the outside and wrapped through the building and then to get to the inside. And the other thing to know is pre-check in most airports is not a 24-hour thing.
Yes.
TSA pre-check, clear, all that stuff. Clear people got regular hours. So they get there, it's like from 7 to like maybe 9 o'clock at night. And that's it. And so people rushing to the airport early, when I say early, I mean before 7 a.m., you about to be in
You
Gen
were
Pop
stuck.
with everybody else because getting there early, I mean, unless your flight left that early, there's no reason to be there. And TSA pre-check, the assumption is so few people are flying at 5 o'clock in the morning that y'all can just run through regular security. And so TSA pre-check and clear, and the rest of them don't show up till 7. But if you
Mm.
got an 8 o'clock flight and you came to the airport at 5, you're gonna be in Gen Pop with everybody else. So fly in the middle of the day. I said I got to the airport at 9:45 for a 2 o'clock flight. I got through security by 10:15.
Whoa.
Yeah, 30 minutes. It took about as long as it normally takes on a holiday. Like if
Right.
I was trying to fly like Christmas Eve or, 4th of July weekend, something like that, and the lines are long and irritating, but not like, oh my God, backed up. Yeah. Thursday afternoon, the airport was manageable. And shout out to all of the workers, the TSA workers, the Delta Airlines workers, the Southwest and everybody else workers that are in Atlanta airport. Because when I tell you they greeted you with a smile, they had
Mm.
little signs up that was like, you're almost there, this way to pre-check, because I could go through pre-check, because I got it like that. And even at 2 o'clock, and even at, well, it was 9:45 in the morning, but even at 10 in the morning, people already been there for 3 hours.
Oof.
And big smiles, taking disrespect in stride. You
Mm.
know, they showed out. Atlanta airport, everybody that works in the airport, y'all are the real damn heroes because they could very easily be like, I'm not even getting paid for this. I'm going home. Right?
Right. Wait
Y'all made
longer.
me come in here for free, but I'm not gonna do my job. But they could be real assholes about it. And they're being very as efficient as they always are. Atlanta airport runs. I wonder though, as I'm speaking, who paid somebody? You know what I'm saying? Like, because like Musk was threatening to pay TSA agents out of his own pocket. And I don't think he would because he's selfish. But I do think maybe somebody else was like, because there are some people and entities in Atlanta that want to make sure that this airport is able to run with the World Cup coming here.
I know that's
I'm
right.
not playing them games. So yeah, Atlanta airport. If you come through here, try not to fly first thing in the morning. Don't have to check nothing. That
Well,
makes it easier
that's the
too.
other thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And don't look the ICE people in the eye because they were like, I saw ICE agents. They really are sitting around doing nothing. I passed 2 or 3 of them, and they were just drinking coffee and watching the crowds. They weren't even helping to shift things to say this way. I started to go up and ask them a question just so I could see the blank look on their face, but I didn't want to, when you make them feel stupid, especially if you're a woman and you make them feel dumb, they gotta fight you. So I just didn't speak to them at all. But 2 sets of ICE agents I saw, none of them were doing anything.
Right. Well,
Right.
I think this really isn't what they are used to doing. They're more accustomed to creating problems than solving them. So the idea that they might have something. Well, Mike, go on ahead. Yeah. So I am heartened to hear that your situation wasn't as crazy as some people have been experiencing. And I can say from our perspective in California, I don't know if Gavin Newsom has engineered something where the state is actually paying these people somehow.
That's
I
what I'm
don't know,
saying.
but it's not the same everywhere. So Maybe it's that we're breathing blue air out here, and so
I was
it's
going to
not
say it could
crazy.
be Democratic enclaves because I mean Atlanta runs Georgia, right?
Right.
And Atlanta
And
is
so,
honestly the city itself is deep blue, and Delta Airlines is a big part of Atlanta, and they're not going to let this. They're not going to let y'all fuck up what we got going down here.
well, what I love about Delta, and shout out to Delta because y'all
Yes.
are expensive, but they did shut down the
Hmm.
Congress's special
They
travel
put
desk,
Congress.
all those little privileges. They said,
Hmm.
no, you stand right here with your
Because
constituents until you
think
figure
about
this
this
out.
though. Think about this. If you've been in Congress for a while,
Oh,
let's say 10, 15 years, you've been depending on this congressional perk well before TSA pre-check was a thing. You ain't got it. What do you
no,
need it for? You just get wheeled to the front. Oh, that was wrong. You get sent to the front of the line, and now, I hope your ID is up to date, right? Because you ain't.
Congressperson X.
I want somebody in tight, hard bottom shoes in the airport in a three-piece suit, standing 6 hours back in line with everybody else. Outside in the blazing LA sun. That would be so beautiful.
Because Trump doesn't have to wait for any of this because he's on Air Force One.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where their challenge really comes.
Oh, you had me for that first part. I was like, what? But yeah, that's all they were doing, sitting around the airport collecting
Yes.
checks that the TSA agents were not getting. And that is criminal.
And that's the thing. How there's all this money in ICE to pay the ICE agents, but you can't move that money inside that budget and move it to pay TSA.
You could. Actually, I know that the bill that they were trying to get through to pay TSA specifically said that they would carve out DHS in a different budget. So there may be something like that where this budget with this bill is locked up, but DHS is funded differently. That could be a thing. But yeah, all our money goes to the people with guns,
Right.
whether it's a military industrial complex, and I do not mean that they pay soldiers well. I just mean
Right,
that
right, right.
that industrial complex get a lot of money, and then law enforcement with the spill off from the military industrial complex. Anyway, there's no reason a small town in Oklahoma needs a tank.
No, no, not at all.
Not
And
at
and
all.
the point is that one of the things that is going on in the midst of everything else that's going on is they are now trying to figure out what they can do in terms of crafting a solution.
Mm.
And the Democrats have brought up 7 different attempts at a bill to
And
say,
even
look,
the Republicans were on board with it.
they were, and Trump
Mhm.
said no. And that's one of the things that came out. Kennedy from Louisiana, who literally sounds like a Looney Tunes cartoon. I just can't understand how that person got elected that way. Mike Johnson sounds like a normal human, but but Kennedy sounds like an absolute caricature. But he got on television and said, "Yeah, President Trump told us no." And then this whole thing with the SAVE Act, which is not happening, Donald, especially since you just voted by mail, and so did your wife, and so did your son.
Hmm.
Yeah, I heard that. He's real big on the executive orders, which hijack the Article 1 powers of Congress. He's super big on that. It would be
Hmm.
better to just let them go on ahead and pass the bill and get it done. That
Yeah.
would be better
Yeah.
because you get to sign laws, you don't get to dictate laws.
Right.
And Thune says he doesn't have the votes to do the SAVE Act. So what are we even doing?
Well,
Um,
he just wants to. He's petulant. We know that
oh,
he's
he
throwing
is.
a tantrum.
He's petulant, and one of the ways we know he's petulant, here's a segue, is that he's not even getting legitimate war briefings. They are literally stitching together TikToks of things blowing up and saying, "Look, Mr. President, look at all the things we're blowing up." And he's like, "Well, frankly, we're blowing up so many things. So many things are being blown up. It's absolutely amazing how many things more blowing up than anybody has ever seen."
He's really stupid.
Right. No, he's extra stupid. And now there are legitimate people like in the Joint Chiefs who are like, guys, if we don't tell him that this is messed up, he's going to think that we're in good shape, and we're not in
You're
good
not.
shape.
The emperor has no clothes, and
No clothes,
he shit himself.
no
But
jaws, micro
right.
penis, just all sorts of issues. It's just not an attractive thing to
No,
be
no.
involved in right now. And he is literally, there's a website. Unfortunately, I can't even portmanteau that because they both end in basically
Right.
the same syllable. Um, yeah, yeah, it's mango pulp,
Mm-hmm.
and
That which is
that
also
is
orange.
which is also orange. It is with
Mm-hmm.
a bitter seed in the middle, and if you get too close to the skin on the inside of a mango, it tastes horrible. All of these things are perfect metaphors for our president. Um, so this is kind of where we are, ladies and gentlemen, as far as our democracy. We have an idiot prince who is doing all that he can to
This is
go ahead.
actually worse than Idiocracy.
It
In
is.
Idiocracy, they had a famine, but they didn't go to war,
No.
right? They just messing around internal to the United States. Yeah, yeah.
And
It
also
was
they
more
were,
peaceful in the Idiocracy than it is now.
but they were also willing to believe a guy who came in and said, "Well, just use water
Mm-hmm.
instead of the electrolyte drink.
Right. Because it's got
And
things plants need. Oh
it's
my
got
God.
things that plants crave. It's
Mm-hmm.
got what plants crave."
It was so crazy.
And and Terry Crews actually was more mentally capable as the president than Donald
Mm-hmm.
Trump is now.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Maya Rudolph and the rest of the crew in that movie. I still do love Idiocracy. It's just frighteningly prescient at this point,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is not something to be
As Michael
proud
said, he's the most special boy. You know what?
of.
Because I'm president of the United States, and because of that fact, I'm president of the United States. Yeah.
Yes, he did say that. He
Mm-hmm.
did. That was his excuse. And when it was brought to his attention, because when I'm so busy, frankly, I have so many things I'm doing. But yeah, you were in Mar-a-Lago, you were in West Palm Beach
Mm-hmm.
when you mailed that ballot. You literally could have had a photo op of you going down to the local precinct with early voting
Mm-hmm.
and doing that. By the way, this flies directly in the face of the Mississippi case that SCOTUS is hearing right now, where they're trying to say that voting only is to take place on election day, which means early voting would be at risk, even though that's not
Mm-hmm.
what they were doing. This was just on ballots that were postmarked but not received.
Mm-hmm.
And so, the upside is that they say, nope, you're just wrong. It doesn't look like the justices are leaning that way. But it may just be that you need to make sure that your ballots are postmarked in advance
Mm-hmm.
so that there's sufficient time for it to get to the ballots. And quite frankly, I don't know why you're waiting.
Did you also hear that Mar-a-Lago, the county that it's in, the mayor and the
No, it's not
representative,
the mayor. It's the state
the state
representative
representative
is
from
now a
Mar-a-Lago
Democrat.
is a Democrat now. Yes.
And he endorsed the hell out of her opponent, who
Mm.
was a black man.
What are you hiding?
I'm just saying, it's West Palm. And you
Mm.
thought your endorsement was going to overcome the
Right. But yeah, he
racism.
is definitely he rules for thee and not for me.
Absolutely. That is something that we can absolutely be guaranteed of, that is going to
Mhm.
be the case. Yep, it's flipped. And also there's a state senator, not in Trump's Mar-a-Lago district, but a state senator also from Florida flipped to
Mm.
blue. And they're looking at this as a sign that Florida may in fact be in play. This is also in the midst of some good news that Susan Collins is actually behind in the polls to her Democratic challenger, which I think was almost a foregone conclusion, but that's great.
Mhm. Mhm.
And the person running for Senate in Alaska, Mary Peltola, I think her name is, she's also an indigenous tribal
Mhm.
woman who
I
won
thought
her
so, yeah.
seat for Congress. She is now running for the seat, I think, vacated by the guy who died, the long-standing
Sure.
senator
Mhm.
who died from
Yeah, him.
Alaska. And speaking of Alaska, Lisa Murkowski came out very aggressively strong against the SAVE Act. And she pulled this map up, because of course, Alaska is our biggest geographical state,
Mhm.
not an even population distribution. But because of the structure of Alaska, they only have 5 locations in the entire state where you can bring your documents to verify your documents.
Mhm.
And so she said, I'm from this little town down here. And so I would have to bring my things to Nome, let's say, or
Mm-hmm.
Juneau, whatever. But there's no way to get there except to take a ferry. So that ferry takes 20 hours. And I think there and back. So she said, or I could take the flight. The flight's only an hour, but that's $400.
Mm-hmm.
And if I lived up here, and she touched like the top part of the state, I'd have to fly down to here or fly down to here. I'd have to go to Anchorage or this one. And she was like, so basically, this would inconvenience a lot of my constituents for a right that they already have. They are citizens. They have been voting. There's no reason to disenfranchise them. And so the SAVE Act would put an undue burden. I can't tell people that it should cost you $1,000 to do something that you've been doing your whole life with no problems. And somebody brought up that the Heritage Foundation, they did this 40-year analysis going back to the 80s. Mm-hmm. And the state that had the highest number of documented cases of fraudulent voting, not just immigrant voting, but just fraudulent voting, was Minnesota. Over 40 years, 138 cases. Wow. Not 1,000, 138. That was the highest in the country. And this is what you're staking an entire legislative disenfranchisement.
Right. Which means that's not really what you want. This is just an excuse. Yeah.
It's just, as always. I mean, that's everything with this administration.
Mm-hmm.
So these are some of the things that are going on in the city or the state right now of Florida and Alaska. And then I want to take a point of personal privilege right now to talk about my state right now and the gas prices. I don't know about the rest of y'all because, some of y'all are like, wow, gas is $4. I'm like,
how much is gas in California?
So I was down to zero. The indicator of my car said 0 miles. And I was like afraid because I didn't want to push my Honda Pilot nowhere. So I went across the street to what is the cheap gas, thrifty gas. $5.99 for regular. So I and across the street at Chevron, it was $6.29 for regular. So I put $5 of gas in my car and drove to Costco.
That's what's up.
Where it was $5.35.
Okay.
And that is up. The last time I filled up at Costco last week, it was $5.29, which is not bad because Costco isn't in it to make a profit on the gas.
Bob, you know what? You ain't wrong, bro. Wind and sun do not get stuck in the Strait of Hormuz.
And while we're talking about that, Bob, just because I hate sidetracking, but we always sidetrack with Sharpies because you always bring up these cogent comments. The Trump administration is paying a French wind farm concern to not build 2 more wind farms. They built a wind farm that's like Rhode Island, Connecticut, providing power to 350,000 homes. They were going to build 2 more farms, one to provide 1 million homes with power and another to provide another 300,000 homes with power. They are paying the company $1 billion to not build the wind farm. Because
you know how rich you got to be to throw away $1 billion on a block like that? Because that means that the ROI is there, meaning you must be about to make $100 billion.
But really, here's the thing. I don't think the ROI is there because he's just counting. We've got so much oil. He's literally saying we have twice as much oil as Saudi Arabia, which is not the case. I took a picture. I drive my son to school every day. And on my way back, now Shell gas is always high. Shell gas stays high. Shell and ExxonMobil, high gas. It was $6.89 for premium and $6.99 for diesel. Which
Michael's question here about you think we're gonna get to $10 a gallon is very, very possible. Very possible.
If gas hits $10 a gallon, this is going to devastate the tourism industry.
And another good point, if that gas disruption continues through the winter, Americans are going to die. And they're going to die in Texas. Because Texas is big on gas heat.
Yeah, except Ted Cruz, because he's going to be in Cancun.
Yeah.
Also, did you all know that half of the world's supply of helium comes from Qatar?
I did
And
not know
Qatar
that.
right now is shut down and ain't gonna be no more helium. Forget about balloons. If you need an MRI, you need helium.
Yeah. So if you need an MRI, you need to get it now.
Yeah, while they still
Mm-hmm.
have some.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now they're about to be shaking couch cushions for helium.
Mm-hmm.
It is, all of this is affecting everything. And unlike the first administration where you actually had some people who were like, okay, look, y'all, we got to run things. We can't let this happen. You don't have those people anymore.
All of those safety nets, all of those, it was like in his first term, he went through and thought about all the people that ever told him no for his own good. And then he fired all of those people. And anybody who said, hey, you shouldn't fire that person, you fired too. And there's nobody running the country and looking out for us other than people that just do what he says. You got some judges that he can't do nothing with, but that means that everything has to go through the courts. And it takes forever to get back to sanity, where, you know, it never should have had to go to a lawsuit anyway. And then some things aren't necessarily a lawsuit you can bring. So it's just a mess. It's a mess. We are at the hands of a cabal of insanity. And I know exactly who to blame. But I have a passport, and I have an electric car, and I have disposable cash. So good luck.
I do not have an electric car, but I do have a passport. I want to shift gears a little to go to something a little bit lighter. Joy found something, you know, back in the day, not even back in the day, sometime in 2024, I think, when the AI music craze started to really hit, and you had people, it really kind of gained traction with the whole Drake, Lamar
BBL Drizzy.
Because the BBL Drizzy song came out. That was King Wallonius. And so the new hottest trend, we previewed it last week, was the Can Merc cat.
Before you show that, I have something else I want to show. So if y'all remember, I'm going to bring this up real quick. Where is it? This is the original that I'm about to show you, because I hadn't seen this before.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah. Good frame. Good
right. So y'all understand where all this is coming from. And this guy is just trying to do one of those things where he shows how hard life was and how tough he is because of how hard it used to be. All right.
No jelly, nothing.
Wait.
I ate noodles with no packet. Cereal with the can.
That's what happens when you here we go.
Cereal with the can Merc. The powder Merc. No Merc. Waffles, no syrup.
Sir.
Jelly.
I did not know this is what this looked like.
No jelly, nothing. I ate noodles with.
So he goes on.
So he was talking. We started to talk about this during the last show. He was talking about this woman he was trying to date. He had just got out of prison, and he went to the dollar store to buy some stuff. And she was like, "My kids don't eat dollar store stuff." And so that's why he was telling her, "This is what my life was. I used to not even have cereal. You talk about dollar store cereal. I didn't even have Merc.
Waffles, no syrup.
No syrup. Jelly.
Canned Merc. The powdered Merc.
Nothing. Oatmeal. No sugar." So King Wallonius, God bless his soul, he created his own version, and as everything with King Wallonius, it is absolutely amazing. So enjoy.
Noodles, no packet, cereal with the can Merc.
Powdered Merc.
No Merc. Waffles, no syrup.
Jelly.
No jelly, nothing.
Oatmeal, no sugar.
Oatmeal,
no sugar.
nothing.
Oh, no Merc.
Merc, no Merc.
Waffles, no syrup.
Jelly, no jelly, nothing.
Oatmeal, no sugar. Oatmeal, no sugar.
Nothing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cereal with the canned Merc.
Powdered Merc,
No Merc, baby.
no Merc.
Whoa, whoa, no Merc. Whoa.
Where is my Merc?
No Merc, no Merc, no Merc, no Merc, no Merc, no Merc.
Where is my Merc?
But I still ate. I ate
Noodles, no package.
cereal,
With the canned Merc,
powdered Merc,
no Merc.
waffles, no syrup,
Jelly, no jelly, nothing.
oatmeal, no sugar, oatmeal, no sugar.
Nothing.
Where is my man?
Where is my Merc?
That could be a dance challenge.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And this is
what
what
say, but I still ate. That would be great.
and here's the thing. This is a rapper, I had not heard of him before I saw him shaking his fronts like that. I had not ever heard of him at all. I think it's Too Extreme or something like that is who he is. But he's now getting his glow up and his little shine, and this is his moment. So I hope he coordinates with somebody and actually does turn this into a song, because I'm betting this is probably a bigger song than anything he has ever actually
I'm
released.
pretty sure that this is his chart topper right here.
I mean, low key, this is his hustle and flow moment. You need to figure it out, bro.
Whoop that trick.
It's hard out here for some Merc.
Yeah. Oh wow.
When you try to get your cereal with that work. So, figure it out, my boy. Make it happen, because this is your moment. You're not going to get another chance like this. So go on ahead and make it happen for you.
You know what? While we're on the subject of AI videos and music, Iran has been trolling the shit out of the United States, and specifically out of President Trump. And I had a chance. That? And the thing is, it's not, some of it has been retweeted by their government as well. But then it's just like creators, the same way we have creators here in the States, and everybody does. There's other Iranian creators that are like, we about to give y'all this work. I've got this video that I found, and it's a Lego video. And when I tell you, it is fabulous.
Amazing.
Let me see if I can start it from the beginning.
And make sure it's unmuted.
Just to find the credit. Sacrifice your own boys for a lie. Listen. Yeah. Make America great again.
Yo, tails, that shit crazy.
Yeah, make America great again now. We will see what happens, Watch this. Sacred defense, we protecting the soil. While you sacrifice soldiers to pay for your spoil. You once who ran the blow, sitting on your throne. Now we turning every base into a bed of stone. It's a slaughterhouse, a trap you couldn't see. Welcome to the graveyard of your vanity. The secrets are leaking. The pressure is rising. We locked on the target. And now you are hiding. LOSCR. Yeah, we spelling at your name. Send them to the slaughter, you the only one to blame. Bleeding for a puppet while you shaking in your sweet. LOSCR. Taste the ass of defeat. LOSCR. Yeah, we spelling at your name. Send them to the slaughter, you the only one to blame. Bleeding for a puppet while you shaking in your sweet. LOSCR. Take the ass of defeat.
That's a banger.
Banger.
And you're right. How crazy that we live in a time where we have to believe a foreign adversary over our president. We have to say Iran has, and I love that they're coming back with all the smoke. He's like, we're having good negotiations. No, we're not.
Yeah,
we're
no.
not.
And then he said, but did you get this? He told everybody in the United States, we're gonna bomb their biggest power plant, which is a war crime. And Iran made him release a tweet saying that negotiations are proceeding, and so I'm going to push back any contemplation of a strike until April 6th. It is March 26th.
Yeah, remember when they had 24 hours, or was it 48 hours?
No,
And
it's
remember
24 hours. If you don't do it by this time tomorrow.
Wait, I want to see if we still have this old media asset. I doubt it. I don't see it in here anywhere. But there was this young kid who got sick of people, I guess, complaining in his comments and whatever. He's like, I would like to apologize for me not giving a fuck. And it's the best thing ever. He says it just like that, full on. Like, imagine if Grey Worm from Game of Thrones was like a teenager in a suit. That's what he looked like. He's like, I have to apologize for me not giving a fuck. And it's so great. And in matter of fact, they made that into a song too. But that is the energy that we are getting from Iran right now. And every time he says something, they're out there. When I said we're dropping everything but prices, they dropping L's on us. They are dunking on us, breaking ankles. You know what I'm saying? They're dancing in the end zone. Granted, this war is not over. There's a lot, and there's casualties on both sides. And nobody had to die because this didn't have to start. But that is kind of their point. This ain't had to start. And they've been waiting and biding their time for the last 30 some odd years. Like, y'all gonna mess up because every empire eats itself. Students of history, if you will, we're just gonna wait you out. And everybody that becomes leader just knows, hey, we're gonna wait them out because eventually they're gonna do something real stupid. And look at how they put feelers and tentacles into everything. So you mess with us, we mess with the world. One small pop of land that is not as big as New York is holding the world hostage. And they have always had the possibility of doing this. And diplomacy has kept them from it. And a day before they were about to sign a deal, they just pop off and start bombing. And now they're like, oh, so you want to go like that? You want to go like that? Bet, bring it. And that's where we are.
And how are we supposed to trust any conversations with you when the last time we trusted you to have conversations with you, you bombed us in the middle of the conversation?
Exactly.
But while we were talking about broken ankles, yeah. I do want to show this video because, again, we're ping-ponging between abject horror and joy. Here is some broken ankles for you, courtesy of the littlest Mary J. Blige impersonator you've ever seen.
I was legit worried. I was like, she gonna fall any minute now. She about to what? Like, what am I watching?
Oh my goodness! Now,
she did a lot of steps.
Exactly the same. That was the thing that was crazy. Thank you. I agree. Mm-hmm. Speaking of things that, well, she's also a Mary J. She's Mary Jabria. So there's but I want to give a shout out to a content creator who is actually doing huge things. You know, sometimes we've seen content creators back from like the Vine days, people like King Batch, who were, you know, really up on the Vine game and then translated that into getting into a movie career. He did this Amazon movie with the devil worshiping babysitter and all that sort of stuff. So, and then people like Joshua Neal, who are coming into their own and were in Just One of Them Things, whatever that movie was with Keke Palmer and SZA.
Oh, yeah, Just One of Them Days.
Just One of Them Days. Mm-hmm. So Drewski, however, is doing so many things. The thing where I really started to recognize him, because he had done some things like dissing the Qs and doing kind of some silly stuff, some rap stuff. But the thing that really put him on the map is like, I was like, oh, you're doing the most, is he did this satire of church culture. And there was this pastor
like not too long ago.
Yeah, right? Not too long ago. Mm-hmm. Floated through the congregation on a wire, had Christian Louboutin shoes and Christian Dior because he's a Christian. That was the whole thing. That was actually from the pastor, and Drewski recreated it like note for note. It was literally amazing. So what he has done now is he has done it's kind of a White Chicks parody,
Yeah.
but it centers Erica Kirk.
Yeah.
So we're going to show you this. We're not going to show you the whole thing because it's long and it kind of repeats itself. But go ahead.
I will say, like, one of the things that makes him such a clever comedian is that all he does is say what you said and tell you the truth. And so, like, people got mad about him, quote unquote, playing with the church and the pastors, but all he did was repeat what they said and show you how absurd it is.
It is.
And he's done that again. And people that get upset, how you gonna talk about Pastor so-and-so? I never said a name. That was you. So you must see your pastor in this show. Right. And he's done the same. Wait a minute. Hang on. No, Erica.
With the no Merc. Right. With the no Kirk.
Exactly.
Erica, no
the powdered Kirk.
The powdered Kirk.
Clip
the
that.
coffin Kirk. We are going to hell. Here's Drewski, though.
Get on your feet, boy.
War is raging in Iran.
We're praying for all the soldiers and troops.
That's great that you're praying, but
how about all the kids that died when the USA hit the towers?
It broke my heart. That is the
In what ways have you grown closer to Jesus?
I serve a righteous God. And that is why we say our prayers. And we are all his children. But when I say children, I mean like the holy, blessed Trinity, which is why I hold the Bible.
It was starting over, so.
Yeah. So, well, that was actually a different scene, but that's okay. Drewski, Wayans Brothers, if there's a White Chicks Twoski, then Drewski needs to be in it because
what I love is that he has a beard.
Right, and he put that full prosthetic on over the beard and built the face so that it didn't look like there was a beard under it. He had so much prosthesis on his whole face. And that was
great makeup work.
That was at least White Chicks level makeup. At least, if not better. So. And the contacts were flawless.
And yes, and I love that he took the time to put makeup on his belly as well. Because he's riding in the car and his belly is the same color as his face.
No,
which means all of that was intentional. And it's just those little details made it perfect. And the title of that is What White Women Look Like as Christian Nationalists and everything. He never said a name, but everybody knew who he was talking about.
And low key, he was looking like Sarah Huckabee Sanders as a blonde. That woman she has a strong chin.
Moving on. Okay, we're not gonna. I know she probably she's sitting somewhere like, now why am I in this? Like, what did I do?
Because she just got kicked out of an Arkansas restaurant for being who she is.
Oh well, that's why. Yeah, but yeah, he had a hellified makeup team for sure.
Oscar level, without question. Oscar level.
What else did we have to talk about?
I think I have. I'm not sure, but I think. Oh, so this is just while we think about the last things that we're going to talk about to close the show, because we are huge fans of Sinners over here. I did find the clip that I wanted to show last week when we were talking about the Oscar wins and stuff. So this is perhaps the most incredible mix, and Ryan Coogler saw this and was blown away. So this is a tribute to Sinners that shows some of the awards that they've gotten through award season and then closes with a rap song set to scenes of Sinners perfectly coordinated. So check this out.
We've been gone a long time. And we back now.
What the hell going on?
We ain't gonna kill every last one of you.
Go ahead. Admit to it.
Admit to what?
That you dead.
Critics' choice is Sinners, Francine Maisler.
Sinners.
Miles Caden, Sinners. Michael B. Jordan, Sinners.
Love you. Love you too. Be careful. I will.
Jumping that, swimming that bitch, jumping that fire, jumping that, getting that fire, jumping that whip, jumping that bitch, oh, jumping that bitch. Damn, what you do that for?
Can't have some nigga talking about how he almost robbed the twins.
Beat him up, beat him up, beat him up, beat him up. I was seeing double in the projects, mad at myself when I put it to the. Mama had to cater for the cook that we rode at the school on the way to Popeyes.
You hardwood?
You boys twins?
Nah, we cousins.
Jumping that, swimming that bitch.
That is a masterpiece. That is
boom, boom, boom. I mean, that somebody was in the booth editing the hell out of that.
Because if you think about it, the last week when we were talking about the Oscars, I said that Ludwig Göransson, he won that Oscar for that striking the match to the guitar. And this guy just did that repeatedly. The way he lined up the bullets, because I mean, all of it is time from the movie. He didn't have to change anything. But yeah, that is top-notch editing and top-notch producing. And yeah, I'm glad Ryan saw that.
Peak.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what else do you have, Joy? Because we said that we were going to try to keep it closer to an hour this time, because there's always no end to the shenanigans. There are a couple of still assets that I see in the tray, one including Steven.
Yeah, so y'all, I need whoever Black people are talking to Stephen A. Smith and told him that he should run for president. I need y'all to shut all the hell the way up, because this will not be a president. Okay? And I love whoever did that. You know, we're probably burning through a future generation's water to generate these AI images that bring us happiness. And I don't have kids, so I'm gonna keep doing it because I don't care about nobody else but myself. See how stupid that sounds? Other people? See how selfish that sounds? Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how they don't have AI centers in the Middle East that could power desalination processes. It seems like you could use the water from the Gulf to cool off the things and burn off the salt.
Sell the salt
and use the steam to create power as well. It seems like there should be some way to kind of make this work a bit more betterer. Because there's a movie that didn't do very well, but it actually probably should have done better. A movie called Eddington, and it in a way deals with the AI and all of that sort of thing. It was more so Bitcoin farming than AI, but it's set in Arizona. Pedro Pascal is the mayor, and Joaquin Phoenix is the sheriff, and they are butting heads during COVID. And it's all centered in this tiny little town, but it incorporates a lot of different aspects of what was going into the zeitgeist right now. Ari Aster, the guy who did all of those freaky ass movies.
What are we talking about?
This movie Eddington, because it deals with the resources that are necessary to power these plants that are doing Bitcoin and AI generation and everything else. And so it centers on that as a plot point of this tiny town that is turned upside down by the introduction of this data center that's being built in the outskirts.
And that's legitimately what's happening in Memphis right now. Because I know Booker Square talks about nobody asked for it, nobody approved it, and then they just plopped it down right behind a Black neighborhood to poison all of them.
To poison those kids. So
yes, let's talk about this. So the UN created a resolution, and I want to say, was it Ghana that was spearheading it, or South Africa? I forget. Anyway, the Africans and I know that it's not a country, the continent, was pushing for calling the transatlantic slave trade the most heinous crime against humanity of all time. And vote on whether you think that's true or not, with the supposition that we will not do anything in the future that is more heinous than the transatlantic slave trade. But yeah, it was Ghana. Thank you. I thought it would be, because Ghana be riding hard for Black Americans. If you haven't been to Ghana, you need to go. It was a moment in my life that I will never forget. But and here they are trying to say, tell people what really happened and how horrible it really was. 523 countries, 325. All the countries.
Well, there were 52 abstained, so 123 voted yes.
Okay, so yeah,
122 abstained voted yes, and 3 voted against.
Right, and the 3 that voted against were Israel, the United States, and Argentina. And Canada abstained. I just want to point that out. Our little, hey there, friends up north, y'all got bodies buried too. And here's the thing, like folks are like, oh, it's because they're racist, no, it's not. It's because if they declare, well, I don't know what Israel's reasons are, but the United States declares that the transatlantic slave trade was the worst thing of all time and a crime against humanity, reparations have to come.
Right.
They're not paying reparations, so they're not about to admit nothing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you guys. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was us. Oh, Australia and Japan have said. Well, Australia has its own bailiwick with its indigenous people,
and Japan also has colonized and enslaved people.
Correct. So, rabbit-proof fence. If you haven't seen rabbit-proof fence, oof, it'll make you hate Australia just as much as Roots made you hate American. Yeah. So, but the point is that I would say Israel probably is still bucking for the Holocaust, which is
that's what I was thinking as well,
for having a state. So if they can't say something's worse than the Holocaust because it kind of
and Argentina is where all of the Holocaust people went, wasn't it? Yes. When they escaped persecution. So
correct. Yeah. So it's twitchy and it's tricky, but how dare I be logical, Tom? Yes, we haven't. And
they have actually formally apologized to slavery. It was one of those things, Congress passed a resolution one day and it was on the news for 30 minutes. They did. I want to say it was under...
It wasn't a state? I thought a state did, but I didn't know the whole country did.
The whole country did. I want to say it may have been under Clinton. And it was basically a footnote. But it was one of those things like settling out of court where we will make this apology as long as y'all don't never ask for reparations.
Right.
That's how it went. Yep.
Michael Flynn. Well, folks, I know that we're nearing the time for April Fools. I have said that under no circumstances can anybody from the time frame of March 31st through April 2nd post anything about one particular event.
Right. Don't play with me.
Don't play in my face.
Don't play in my face.
Don't play in my face. Okay? That's all. Just don't play in my face. We're not going to have a show. The show that we have will be on the 2nd. So don't play. Don't play in my face.
Because it'll be a very angry show. If somebody decides to play and we find out it's all a lie and you wake up and you still in the nightmare, absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. Don't do that. Don't do that to me.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't. Don't do it. Oh, Lord.
They raised the age of enlistment or of acceptableness up to 42, right?
Ooh, really?
Yeah. So any middle-aged person with a gun and a dream can just go join ICE. No, that was military. They raised military.
Yeah.
So they can try to get more army, so they can try and get more soldiers. So go on.
Not my kids. Not my kids before Barron.
Not my kids before Barron. Barron better take his ass out there like everybody else, because he comes from a line of draft dodgers before even Trump. his grandfather fled Germany to avoid military service, and then they kicked him out forever. They're like, you can't come back as a citizen now because you was a punk, you know.
And Melania better go on USO tours.
I don't know if they really need her doing that.
USO tours.
Eric Trump is 42.
Whoop.
You can enlist. You know, since your daddy said, you know, you need to go. And
how old is Jared Kushner?
Jared is younger than that. Yeah, take all of them.
No, I'm saying Melania should go on a USO tour because that means she would have to be out of the country and maybe in a difficult space.
That would be, yeah, hey, I see you. I feel you. And they've also waived minor drug offenses. So if you're 39 and you got busted for weed one time, you can absolutely go into the Army now.
Hey, all of you Jan 6 patriots that got pardoned.
Yeah. There was a lot of y'all that were under 42.
That's
all of y'all. Show your love and loyalty to your Lord and Master and sign up for his stupid war.
Do it.
Have fun with that.
Do it.
So anyway, we are going to wrap this up. I am excited. Yes, I am excited to see what comes in the next few weeks with potentially more airlines trolling the government by not letting them fly special anymore. I would love to see other big names like American Airlines and United do the same.
As long as if the big three banded together, that would make a difference, especially when they're trying to get home for Easter. Yes.
If we're still in this nonsense, because I mean, honestly, the country doesn't have until Easter before it's bankrupt, completely bankrupt.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm also interested to see what Trump is going to do when Iran calls his bluff for the 6th time.
Oh yeah,
because they're not doing nothing they don't want to do, and they already said, and because they came to negotiate in good faith and got bombed the next day, they're not negotiating shit. You know what? They can do this forever.
We are 10 times older than you as a country, even older than that.
Right. We are really in the Bible. Right.
Legit in the Bible.
So anyway, good luck with that, Trumpers. Go sign up for the dumb war. And I hope that you all make it home. If you do, people that do get deployed, if you are MAGA and you get deployed, I hope you make it home, because I understand what the theater of war does to you. I hope you live with that for the rest of your life, because my assumption, and it's a broad assumption, is that the particular personality that I'm thinking of would never go seek therapy.
Oh,
just sit in your house, cleaning your guns and thinking about the end of your life, the rest of your life. And how you brought this on yourself.
That teeth grit was.
Yeah, I was mad.
Amazing.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. We're gonna send you out with some King Melonius and some Can Merc, and we will see you on the next week. Peace out, y'all.
Noodles, no packet, cereal with the Can Merc. Powdered Merc, no Merc. Waffles, no syrup.
Jelly,
no jelly, nothing.
Oatmeal, no sugar.
Oatmeal,
no sugar.
Nothing.